Hey there, everybody. How you going? I'm just gonna jump right into it. This Boss Battle Sim sucks this week. I don't know about you guys. I'm not loving it. This boss clearly is a case of either it's a battle between the haves and the have-nots, right? It's you either have Singer Bell so that you just easily coast through and don't have to worry about anything, or you don't have Singer Bell and you're praying that you have a Rapunzel with 100% paralyzed resist. Yeah, this boss is a jerk. So, he does a 100% chance of AoE paralyze on turn one to the entire party. So you either have, Singer Bell to put up the paralyze resist, or you have a Rapunzel. And you better hope your Rapunzel has 100% paralyze resist, because otherwise there's still a good chance she's going to get paralyzed. And then you won't be able to cleanse your party. And then you also have to deal with, of course, the SP drain. So even if you do have Rapunzel with 100% paralyzed resist, you might not have enough SP to actually cleanse your party. Yeah, this boss is a jerk. So it's pretty much, if you have Singer Bell, you're fine. I do not have Singer Bell, so I'm pissed at this boss. Clearly, you could probably tell by my score that I do not have Singer Bell. I'll show you my team in just a minute. But yeah, one of the reasons why this one's kind of making me mad is because not only does he paralyze you once, he paralyzes you twice. So he'll paralyze you on turn 1 and then again on turn 4. Because unlike the boss from the Rescue Signal event, his confusion state only lasts for 1 turn. And so as soon as he comes out of confusion state, he does another AoE paralyze. So yeah, you're not dealing with the paralyze just once, you're dealing with it twice in 5 turns, which is really obnoxious. It's just really obnoxious. But anyways, before we actually get to the fight, there are a couple of new things. Obviously, you can see there are some new rewards. There are these limit break stone fragments. So this is a new thing that you can get. And you can get up to 150 of these each day if you can deal at least 300,000 damage. Now, that's a pretty tall order if you do not have Singer Bell. Like, if you don't have Singer Bell and you don't have Rapunzel, then, like, good luck. I mean, the only thing you can do is just pray that RNG is in your favor and your units just ignore the paralyze, because it's only a level 2 paralyze, which means it's a 50% chance that your unit will not do its action. So like if you're just stupidly lucky and the coin flip is heads every time, then your units might not even be affected by the paralyze at all. Like if your units just ignore the paralyze, especially your damage dealers, you might just get stupendously lucky. But when you only have a limited number of tries against a boss, that's not the way to do it. Like I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think that this boss is very fair. But it is what it is. We'll deal with it. It's taken me quite a few of my attempts just to figure out a team that I think is going to work best. But I don't think there's any way I'm going to hit 300,000 with my team because I don't have Singer Bell. Now, with that said, I have seen some people on the damage ranking lists that have done it without Singer Bell and without Rapunzel. I honestly have no idea how they've done it. I don't want to say people are cheating, because there is a very small chance that your team just ignores the paralyze, or maybe there is some gimmick that I'm missing. But yeah, I mean, if you have any hints or tips on how to take down this boss easier without Singer Bell and without Rapunzel, without any way to remove the paralyze, or without just rolling paralyze resist on your entire party, please let me know. Let me know, because I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. But anyways, the limit break stones are a new thing. You also get this pixel bond, which you will use to put those to put those limit break stones together at the end. They said they would give out the recipe at if you beat the very hard stage the very first very hard stage from chapter 1, which is going to come out next week. So then you get the recipe to actually put the limit break stones together. So if you don't already know about limit break stones, they're sort of like, I talked about this in my last video. They're the ones that allow you to limit break any unit. You need 20 of them to limit break a 3-star base unit. And so they are an incredibly valuable, very high value thing to get. So you definitely want to get as many as you can. Seeing as that they are giving essentially, well, I don't want to say giving away, because it's definitely not that easy unless you have the exact right units. But seeing as they are giving out 150 of these every day, because this is a daily reward. If you do it 300,000, you can get 150. Considering that you'll get 150 if you do that, if you hit 300,000 for all 7 days, that's what 1,050 fragments. So, like, my guess is that it's probably going to cost like 1,000 fragments just to make one limit break stone. That's going to be my guess. I have no idea how much of the pixel bond it's going to take. I mean, seeing as you get 70 for like the top score, that could be like 70. Well, sorry, that's daily ranking rewards. What about the total? Oh, there's no pixel bond. There's pixel glue, but there's no pixel bond in the total. So it's only for the daily ranking rewards. So I have no idea how much of the pixel bond it's going to take, but we'll just have to wait and see next week when the recipe actually comes out. Something that's new is that you can actually look at the boss's immunities, which is kind of neat. So you can actually see, hey, the boss is immune to defense down, so defense breakers are going to be pretty useless. Also, you cannot hit it with any of the immunities, so it's immune to poison, skill lock, SP lock, stun, and paralyze, right? Which is pretty typical for all bosses. The damage bonus units are Singers and the Wonderland units. So any unit that's in the Singer category, which does include Ariel, Ursula, Singer Belle, Singer Beast, and of course the Wonderland units. Also includes the 1-star Singer Marie. She is a Singer unit. And that also includes a pretty good array of welfare units or free units that have been given out. Obviously Cheshire Cat, and then you've got Singer Cinderella, you've got Singer Eric and Singer Gaston, who all get the 150 damage bonus because they are free units, while the others get the 200% damage bonus. So obviously, like, the top teams are just going to be rolling with like Ursula. You can see, like Ursula, Ariel. Obviously, you want old Belle, OG Belle in there because, you want the crit hits. So old Belle, new Belle, and then, yeah, basically all your Singers. So Ursula is really, really great because she's your SP generator. And yeah, you don't need to worry about paralyze because new Belle puts up the paralyze resist for you. So yeah, you can see the top of the charts are pretty much all just running the same team. I don't think there are anyone. I don't think there's anyone in like the top of the chart that doesn't have new Belle. I want to see. I don't think so. I think new Belle is basically required to get like top ranks in this one. Oh wait, there's one. Okay, so there's somebody who, like, I don't know how. This is baffling to me. It must just be they got super lucky on the paralyze resist. You can actually look at their units too. So yeah, 30% paralyze resist, which honestly is not enough. But it gives you a chance. 30% paralyze. Yeah, so this guy just rolled paralyze resist. Oh, we got 100% on Gaston. Look at that. So this person just literally rolled paralyze resist on their entire party. So yeah, that's how they did it. So if you want to do that, if you want to waste all your seeds just like rolling paralyze resist on your entire party, go for it. I don't think it's worth it for one boss sim, but that is one way you can go. So yeah, it's considering that I dropped like over 200 ability seeds trying to get paralyze resist on my Rapunzel. So this is my party that I've been taking in there. I dropped over 200 ability seeds trying to get paralyze resist on my Rapunzel. The best I could do was 50%, which means she still has a 50% chance of getting paralyzed. It's just, it's so annoying. So honestly, this is probably the team that I'm going to use for the entire week, and I'm just going to cross my fingers and pray that the team does all right. I'm not expecting to get, you know, a decent score at all this week. So, yeah, it is what it is, and I'm fine with it. So, you know, if I do figure out a better team at some point, I'll do another video. But I've only got two more attempts left today, so I'm just kind of over it already. I'm not happy with this boss at all. Hopefully I'll figure it out, but this just makes it so obvious how this limited number of runs is such trash. Like you can't do the, like, it. Making these limited runs is just such rubbish. When you have a boss like this, and you really need more attempts to figure it out. And I would say that's like, oh yeah, you can go practice on the rescue signal boss, but the rescue signal boss AI is different. It's completely different. This boss is like the rescue signal boss on steroids, because like I said, it throws paralyze at you way more frequently because it only has one turn of confusion state. And this boss is just not, it's not anything like the rescue signal boss, with the exception of the fact that it throws out the paralyze and it does the SP drain. Yeah, sure, it uses those same moves, but it does them completely differently from the boss and rescue signal. So you can't even use that to practice. And so this just makes me very annoyed. Anyways, sorry, gonna get off my soapbox. Let's just get in here, and I'm gonna waste my last two attempts just trying to get a better score than what I currently have. Because why not? Like I said, if you guys have suggestions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your advice on this one. And if you just want to vent your frustrations, also feel free to do that in the comments below as well. All right, let's get in here and see how this goes. All right, so obviously Marie's going to defend. I'm also going to defend with Rapunzel because I want to make sure I have enough SP that she can heal next turn, assuming she doesn't also get hit with the paralyze. 50% chance, so there's a good chance she might get paralyzed, and that's just, it is what it is. Reason why I chose Gaston is that he has a damaging EX ability. Same reason why I picked Cinderella, because she has a damaging EX ability that can proc just by having three buffs, which Belle provides. So that's the whole reason for having those two on there. I would put Eric in place of Marie, but for crying out loud, I'm already sick of the RNG in this fight, so I didn't want to add another layer of RNG to the fight. Okay, here we go. Let's get in here and just see what happens. All right, not getting a lot of crit hits, so that's not a good sign. All right, thankfully, Rapunzel did not get paralyzed, so she can heal. All right, and everyone else will just do a normal attack because we don't have enough SP to do anything else. All right. So thankfully, I got lucky on that one. Would love to have a critical hit at some point, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. All right, I am going to do, I'm just going to do as many skills as I can because we've got the boss in confusion state. So, and I'm going to defend with Rapunzel just because I want to make sure I've got plenty of SP because he's going to do another SP drain next turn. So yeah, just trying to crank up the SP as much as possible here. And of course, Gaston got hit with the attack break. Why not? Of course, she'd hit my damage dealer with it. All right, I'm getting a few more crits there, so that's a good sign. Oh, nice. All right, that's pretty good. I'm seeing some criticals there. Of course, you hit Gaston. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you hit Gaston? All right, yeah, I'm just gonna have to do his skill here, and yeah, we'll heal next turn because he's gonna do another paralyze on us. So, you know, I got to make sure Just make sure that we're trying to deal as much damage here as possible. Of course, he's not going to crit. Why would he crit? Alright, getting a few crits there, so that's good. And, yep, look at that. Rapunzel got paralyzed. What do you know? What do you know? Alright, we're just going to try and do all of these skills. Hopefully Rapunzel heals and gets rid of the paralyzed, but the way my luck's been going lately, it's just not, it has not been happening. Hey, look at that. What do you know? I got lucky. Maybe this will be one of my better runs. There's a crit. I love it. Of course... Alright, one more crit? No more crits for the road, huh? Yep, and like, honestly, that's the best I can do. Like, without getting luckier on my crit hits, I think that's the best I can do. Which is just sad. It's just sad. I at least got I got okay, so I get 30 of these little limit break stones. Oh gosh. All right, I've got one more. I've got one more in me, but I honestly don't think I'm going to get that lucky again. So that was extremely lucky just with the way that that things went, and I doubt I will get that lucky again. But I've got one more attempt, so might as well give it a go. Okay. All right, let's see how we do. I not getting any crits here. Not a single crit. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. Yep, I can tell right now. Okay, at least I'm getting lucky on the on the paralyze resist so far. Okay. Maybe I'll go ahead and just have Rapunzel attack. Just try and get a little extra damage out, squeeze some extra damage out of this. Let's see. Oh, nice. 2 crits there. Oh, sweet. All right. Of course he hits Gaston with the... Oh, man. Almost got all crits on that one. Okay, that was better. That was better. All right, let's see. We want to... Yeah, we want to do Gaston again. I'm going to do... Well, no, you know what? Let's go ahead and hit. Yeah, what a... God, it's a 50% attack down. Are you kidding? Jeez Louise, that just kills it. And of course it hits Gaston. Oh, God, that just irritates me beyond belief. I might have to move Gaston to a different slot and see if that helps. Because he keeps getting hit by the attack break. And he's my strongest DPS right now. Like, that's saying something. When Gaston is your strongest DPS, right? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use this because I need everybody, because I need to heal. Yep, and everyone's going to skill. Actually, I don't need... Yeah, I don't need to skill with Belle, so I'll just have her attack. Yeah, that's actually all I need. And I'm going to have Marie attack as well. Yeah, okay. I think this will be better. I think this will be better. Alright. Now if I just get crits. Yeah! Crit hits. Nice. Oh, come on. Needed a crit there. Damn. Missed out on a few crits. Hey, all right. 285. Not bad, not bad. Still nowhere close to 300. But, I mean, who knows? If I get luckier on the crits, if I get luckier in the crits, maybe 300s in the cards one day this week, and not for today, obviously, because I just, those were all my chances. Maybe if I had figured out this team like before I got, like, it kills me. It kills me that you only get 10 attempts at this. But anyways, that's the best I can do, folks. My hope is that you have Singer Belle and that you are not struggling in the same way that I am. But yeah, that's the best that I can do. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that we still cannot 6-star a unit. I thought last week that we were going to get enough that we were going to get enough of those wisdom shards to, through all the different rewards and whatnot, to 6-star a unit. But, as you can see, I cannot, I'm missing one wisdom orb, right? I have all of the wisdom shards from the rewards, and I am one shy. Now, there is one shard in the rewards that I have not yet to get. It's not anywhere in the event. It's not anywhere in the limited time. It's not in a daily reward. It's over here. But to get that one shard that I need to obtain a 6-star character, I have to obtain a 6-star character. What kind of ass backwards logic is that? Like, okay. I'm seriously wondering if this was a mistake. Or if they're just trolling us. I think they might just be trolling us. Yeah, so the one shard we need to get a 6-star character, we can only get if we obtain a 6-star character. But we can't do that. Yeah, so I guess now at this point we're just waiting for the next event to give out wisdom shards. I mean, we know they give them out in the Mickey Run shop, so I guess the next time the Pocket Adventure comes out next week, we can get more shards that way. So I was really hoping I could do a 6-star awakening for you guys and sort of show you what that looks like, but it looks like we're gonna have to wait until next week. But yeah, we do know that they give those away in the Mickey shop. I did end up getting number 1 from the last one, so I was very, very happy about that. But we do know that they have the wisdom shards in the Pocket Adventure one, so we'll just next week when they reopen the Pocket Adventure, I guess we'll get our shards from there. There'll probably be some wisdom shards in the very hard chapter, although it seems like they're kind of using the very hard chapter to introduce the limit break stone fragment process and being able to craft limit break stones. So we might not see wisdom shards in the very hard chapters, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, folks, hopefully you guys are having better luck with the Boss Battle Sim. I'm kind of over it already. I'm just going to be running the same team all week and just praying that I get lucky with the critical hits, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a better time with it. If you have anything you want to share, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for following me, and I will see you on the other side.